So I wanted to go through how to generate a frequency table. Hopefully you have gone through the lecture and gotten to this point where I have to generate a frequency table. So these numbers are the same that are in the PowerPoint. So in the PowerPoint, I also have 3 steps. The first step is to figure out how many classes are required to create how many classes you need for the frequency table. So I will always provide that on exam. So for this problem, I will say I want to do 4 classes. So I give this number to you, right? Then in order to figure out the class width, there's the equation within the slide. So the equation is the width equals the max, so the max number within your table minus the minimum number all over the number of classes, which is what I gave. So the max, I look in this table of numbers and I see the max is 19 and the minimum is 0. So for my width, I'm going to do 19 minus 0 and all over the number of classes I have, which is I gave, which is 4. So let me get my calculator. It comes out to something comes out to 4.75, but it's hard to make your width to be a fraction of a number, so I'm going to round up to 5. Okay, so then you need to figure out your class limits, right? So we know that our width is 5. Your class limits need to include all the numbers in your table. So how I normally start this is I look at the smallest number, which is 0. And I need 4 classes, right? So class 1, 2, 3, 4. And so the way I do this is for the lower limit, you have to add 5. So these are going to be the lower limits of each class. So I'm going to start at 0 and then add 5. And so the lower limit of my next class for the second level is for 2 will be 5, because 0 plus 5 is 5. And then next level is 5 plus 5 is 10. And then 10 plus 5 is 15. Okay, so this is the lower limit. So then to figure out the upper limits, because your classes can't overlap in numbers, right? It always has to be individual numbers. They can't overlap. So I know my upper limit needs to be 1 below the lower limit of the next level. So it has to be 4, right? Because it has to be lower than it has to be lower than the next level's lower limit. So before and then 9, because the next level is 10, and then 14 because the next level is 15, and then this will go to, I figured this out because I do 14, the upper limit of the lower level, to find the max, which is 19. So then we need to figure out how many numbers fall into each of these classes. So the next part, how many numbers fall in this first level, or this first class, which consists of 0 to 4. So I have 1. So I only have 1 number in there. And then I look at my table to figure out how many numbers fall in the range of 5 to 9. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. And then from my third level, or my third class, from 10 to 15. Sorry, 10 to 14. So I have 1. I just have 1 there. And then finally, my highest class, 15 to 19. So it looks like I just have 2 numbers. Oh, I didn't. Okay, sorry. So this lower, I didn't count this 12 and this, right? So in class 3, I have 12 and 10, so that's really 2. And then 15 to 19, I also have 2. So this is, hopefully you can see this, but this is what I believe what I also have within the slide. And this would be your frequency table.